Hello and good morning to all of you. And once again, welcome back to our session on heat transfer. So, for last week, about 4 to 5 lectures we have conducted, and we have been discussing a lot about the topic of fins. Actually, it is a subtopic of second unit, and it comes under the special category of heat transfer from extended surfaces, and extended surfaces are typically known as fins. Okay, so far we have covered the general theory of fins, their types, their classification, and their various configurations and various factors which affect the rate of heat transfer from these fins. And we also defined and discussed the significance of important parameters or factors such as fin effectiveness and fin efficiency. We defined them, and we also saw what is their significance for their different values, and how it differs from different case to different case. Okay, then we went on to cover the mathematical formulation and solving the differential equation for the case of pin fin. Let me share my screen so that you will have a full view. Wait for few seconds. So you can see on your screen. I hope it is visible to all. So we covered uh, the study of pin fins. In the study of pin fins, we discussed their general aspects, and we use the differential equation, which is basically the energy equation for heat transfer from the pin fin, and we saw that there are different cases, basically three different cases for the pin fins, uh, depending on how what boundary conditions we use for these cases, such as pin fin with insulated end, that is the first case, most general case, then infinitely long fin, and then fin with convection from its end. So these three cases we discussed in detail for, and we also derived the equations for rate of heat transfer, fin efficiency, and temperature distribution for all of these cases, for all three of these cases. Okay, and so diagrammatically all look the same, all have the same form, but there is a slight difference at the tip or at the end of the fin, because we apply different boundary conditions pertaining to that particular case, and thereby, as we apply different boundary conditions, we get different values for the constants in so while solving the differential equation, and finding the constants, we get different formula for heat transfer rate, inefficiency, and temperature distribution for each of these three cases. Okay, now we are going to deal with some problem solving activity. Actually, we had solved one simple problem of pin fin with insulated tip, that is first case. Then in between, we had to change to some other subtopic, uh, subtopic of the theory of pin fin applied to temperature measurement, which is known as the case of thermowell. As you can see, we have covered this part also. I think last two lectures we discussed about this, the temperature measurement by thermometer using a thermowell. A thermowell kind of attachment is used to carry out the temperature measurement in mechanical way, and so there is certainly some error introduced in the measurement, and to estimate that error using the thermowell, the theory of pin fin can be applied. Okay, so we saw that how the theory of pin fin with insulated tip case can be applied, and it becomes very useful to estimate the error in the temperature measurement. And we also solved variety of problems based on this theory. Okay, so this is just an extensive part from the pin fin. Okay, now let us come back to our main study of pin fin, and we are going to solve some problems. Okay, uh, in quick quick time, let us see the comparative summary for the formula we are which are required in solving the pin fins. Okay, so most of the time you will find more number of problems are given for first two cases, that is pin fin with insulated end and pin fin with infinitely long length. Last case it is also there, but very few cases you will get to see, because uh, the the nature of this problem is quite difficult, and the the size and the expression for formula are very big in size and very complicated, so it takes time. Okay, so it takes some time. So in exams such cases may not be asked. Okay, for just a uh, general as a part of our interest, we can go for it. Okay, so pin fin with insulated tip and pin fin with infinite length. On a comparison basis, we can show these two diagrams. Both look the same. Only the difference is the how we handle their boundary conditions. Okay, so how the tip or end conditions are handled. Okay, so from derivations, we have actually derived all these formulae. We have seen the detailed step by step derivation process. So heat transfer rate for insulated tip is given by this formula: Q equal to under root Hp upon K into theta 0 into tan hyperbolic ml, and for infinite length it is under root Hpk into theta 0. Okay, uh, we we know the usual meanings of theta 0, what is m and all. I'm again repeating this point, that m is not the mass of the fin, because many times many of the students have this confusion in their mind that they take this m as a mass of the fin, but uh, at no point we require to define mass or to take the mass of the fin. So mass of fin is never a question of never a question of matter in finding out the rate of heat transfer. Okay, or as far as fin is concerned, mass we are never concerned. Okay, so mass will never be appeared. Mass m is only this m is only a parameter. It is under root hp upon k. It is defined for simplicity. So it is this m equal to under root hp upon k. Then temperature distribution for insulated tip fin we have in the hyperbolic form of cos, that is theta by theta 0 equal to cos hyperbolic m into L minus x upon cos hyperbolic ml. Whereas for infinite length we have it is only e raised to minus mx, e raised to minus mx. Okay, theta 0 is the temperature difference at the base. This is going to be the maximum, T0 minus Tf, and theta is any temperature difference at any given distance x between x ranging from 0 at the base to the L, that is at the tip. So x will be in between 0 to L. Okay, then so as this equation is in the form of ratio, the maximum value of this ratio will be 1. Okay, and that will be when theta equals to theta 0. So when theta is equal to theta 0, that is at the base, this ratio will be 1. So maximum value of this ratio will be 1 and minimum value of this ratio will be 0. So always remember that whenever you use this ratio form of equation, uh, the value will always range between 0 to 1. Okay, then fin efficiency, it is again the ratio of actual rate of heat transfer to maximum possible heat transfer. And for insulated tip we directly get the formula tan hyperbolic ml upon ml, and for infinitely length fin with infinite length case it is 1 upon ml, 1 upon ml. Okay, so as you can see, we have to deal with hyperbolic functions. Okay, here we have got tan hyperbolic term, In temperature distribution, we have got cos hyperbolic term, and for infinite length, it is quite easy. We have to handle exponential form of terms. Okay, exponential term is coming there. So we have to get used to this type of equations, and we will get used to when we solve a handful amount of problems. Okay, so let's go with so these formulae you have to well remember for at least these two cases, for heat transfer rate, then temperature distribution, and fin efficiency. Okay, in all six different formulae are there, and these six different formulae you have to remember: three for insulated tip and three for infinite length. Okay, so let us get to the problem. Actually, we had discussed this, but for time being, I'm repeating this again. So let me make it enlarged. I hope it is visible and clearly readable to all of you. Aluminum alloy fin, in bracket K, is given 200 watt per meter Kelvin. It is the thermal conductivity of this aluminum fin material. 3.5 mm thick and 2.5 centimeter long, protrudes from the wall. Base is at 420 degrees Celsius and ambient air is at 30 degrees Celsius. Take heat transfer coefficient as 11 watt per meter square Kelvin. Find heat loss and fin efficiency if the heat loss from the fin tip is negligible. Okay, so given case is pertaining to the fin, aluminum alloy fin already mentioned. It is protruding from the base. Okay, and now see, whenever a problem is given in the question paper, let it be MCQ type or it may be a conventional subjective type, diagram is generally not given. Diagram is never given in with the problem. So this type of a diagram or a rough sketch that we have to prepare. We have to prepare by getting the idea from the given problem statement. Okay, so we have to figure out what is what is the process or what is the idea of the given case, and from the given case and from given data we can sketch such a rough diagram. Okay, so always develop this habit or some skill. Okay, get this ability to draw the diagram, prepare some rough sketch, so that some idea gets cleared. Okay, so that you can get some you can figure out some idea that what type of problem it is, and what is given in the problem and what is to be found out. Okay, all that idea can get cleared when you prepare such a rough sketch. Okay, again, this sketch need not be very accurate or uh, very articulate one. Only you have to draw it in rough. Okay, you don't have to use any scale or to the dimension or so. So it is just a rough sketch you have to make. So thereby you get some clear idea, and then you can proceed for solving the problem. Okay, and the main point in uh, solving the problems on pin or even the problems of heat transfer is to first identify under what type or under what category the problem comes in. Okay, so that is very very crucial part. So before starting to solving the problem, it is very important to identify and decide the type of the problem or the case of the problem. It is very very crucial part. And then once that type or uh, once that decision is made, the right decision is made for the right case of the problem, then we can go for formulation and all. Okay, so the trick in the solving problems in heat transfer is always to identify. It is always good to identify and decide the type of the problem. Okay, otherwise there is no any direct formula. Okay, there is no direct one shot formula in which you will put the all values and get the answer, get the right answer. That is not the case in case of problems on heat transfer. So it is applicable for all types, all problems in heat transfer across all topics. Let it be conduction, convection, or even in radiation. for all types of problems, we have to first identify what is the class or what is the category of the problem, and based on that, uh, that type or that category, the further solution will depend. Okay, so here in this problem, first we have to identify the type of problem, whether it is the pin fin with insulated tape, or it is the problem of infinitely long fin, or it is the problem of convection from the fin tip or fin end. That is the third case. Okay, so it is whether it is case number one, case number two, or case number three, that has to be decided first. So, but in the problem, some clue is given, some hint is given. This is the hint. Heat loss from the tip, fin tip is negligible. Okay, and this is nothing but our assumption in the fin with insulated tip. Okay, in the analysis of fin with insulated tip, we assume that there is no heat transfer at the end of the fin or at the tip of the fin, and so it is the tip is adiabatic, or there is a insulation applied. So it comes the case of tip with insulated, fin tip with insulated. Okay, so this statement is given in the problem itself. So from this we can easily identify this is the case of pin fin with insulated tip, and then the rest of the things become very easy. Okay, once the type is decided, once the type of category or problem is decided, the next further process of solving the problem becomes very easy. Okay. So this is the given scenario. This is the pin fin of length L. L is given 2.5 centimeter. We can indicate it here, that T0 be the base temperature. Okay, and it is given, it is at 420 degrees Celsius, and this is the temperature profile we can sketch, we can predict. So this is going to be temperature will be decreasing continuously along this curve. This is a hyperbolic curve, and this is the TF temperature uh, at 30 degrees Celsius, and it is going to be constant or uniform throughout the length of the fins, because it is assumed that the fluid temperature is uniform all over the fin. At any location, at any point around the fin, the temperature of fluid will be 30 degrees Celsius. It will be uniform and constant. So it means at everywhere, air temperature is going to be 30 degrees Celsius. That is why we get a constant line, that is straight line here on temperature profile. So TF is 30 degrees Celsius, that is also given, and this is going to be the temperature curve or temperature variation. Okay. Then thickness is given 3.5 mm thick. Okay. So the shape of the fin cross section is not given, so we can assume it is a square shape because only one side is given. So 3.5 mm thick, it is a square cross section assumed, and then material is given aluminum. Its conductivity given 200 watt per meter Kelvin. Length it is 2.5 centimeter. For calculation, we have to do everything in SI units. So convert everything in SI units. This is 0.025 meter. Thickness T 3.5 mm to be converted. So 0.0035 meter. And I hope you know the conversion, that is one 100 centimeter equal to 1 meter. So 1 centimeter equal to 1 upon 100 meters. So convert centimeter into meter, we have to divide the number by 100. So 2.5 divided by 100 becomes 0.025 meter, and millimeter to meter, you know conversion, that 1 meter equal to 1000 millimeters, and for conversion from 1 millimeter to meter, we have to divide the given number by 1000. So 3.5 divided by 1000, it is 0.0035 meter. Okay. Now, as we assume that it is a square cross section, we have to find perimeter P. It is 4 into the side, that is 4t. So 4 into this thickness, that is 0.014 meter. It is the perimeter. Area A is the cross sectional area. So for square, it will be T into T. So 0.0035 square. So 12.25 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter square. Okay. Now we found the perimeter and area, cross sectional area. H is given 11 watt per meter square Kelvin, already given in the problem. Now, first thing, we have been asked to find the rate of heat transfer. So for insulated tip fin, we know the formula, standard formula. This is the derived formula, and Q is equal to under root HPK into theta 0 into tan hyperbolic ml. This formula you have to remember. You have to well remember. Okay. This was the formula shown to you in this slide. Okay. If you look at this slide, this is the rate of heat transfer under root for insulated tip pin, which is under root HPK into theta 0 into tan hyperbolic ml. We are using directly this result, okay, because we know we have already derived this, so that we have to remember well. And now we have to put all the parameters. H is given, P is found out, K is given, A is also found out. So all values are known. Theta 0 is the temperature difference at base, that is T0 minus Tf. T0 is given 420, Tf is given 30, that is also known. Now this is tan hyperbolic of ml. Okay, now uh, m is to be found out. M is a parameter. L length is given. So m is under root hp upon k. So let us first find out m, and then we will put it back into this equation. Okay. So under root m equal to under root hp upon k. So under root h is given 11, p 0.014, k is given, a is also found out. So we put everything in SI unit. We get m equal to 7.982. Okay. Its SI unit will be per meter. It is not shown here, but we can you can devise it from here. You can find it. Okay. So now let us put everything back into this equation of heat transfer rate Q equal to this. Okay. Now, now you will face some problem here for how to finding tan hyperbolic of ml. Okay, because so far, even though you are using calculators, the hyperbolic functions you may not be you may not have used so regularly, because apart from these equations, you very rarely get to see hyperbolic functions. Okay, so what I will do is I will once again show uh, how to use it on calculator. So on your calculators, if you are using the modern calculators which come with some natural display, I don't know the model name. It may be EX 100 or so. If you are using that model, directly tan hyperbolic function button is given. A separate button is given. But if you are using some old versions, like I am having with me, let me show you so that you will have. This is the old version of calculator that I am having. So I am used to this type of calculator. So on this, you will find hype button, HYP. It is for hyperbolic. So first you have to press hype, and it will be activated. Then you press tan, which is trigonometric directly. So we first press hype, then press tan. So on display, you will get to see tan H. Tan H will be flashed on your screen on the display of calculator. Okay. I think this I'm trying to show you on this camera, but I think you are getting the reverse image because it is a mirror image, and there is no option to correct it here from in this Google Meet. But you will get some idea from this, rough idea from this. Okay, first you have to press this hype button, then press tan button, so you get to display of tan of hyperbolic. Then put some brackets. Then in that bracket you have to put m into L. You have found the value of m as 7 point. Let me show. M is 7.982 into length is 0.025. Okay, so put it in bracket and then find it separately. Do this step as a separate step like this. You have to put it in bracket. You will not get to see the entire expression. Okay, then press equal to. You will get some answer like 0.1969. That is 0.197. Okay, so this is the answer of tan hyperbolic of entire quantities in the bracket. That is 0.197. Okay, so separate. Find this separately and uh, then use it in this entire product. So my better advice to all is while doing this type of a calculation using this formula, don't put everything in just a one step or one shot. Uh, First calculate this part, under root part, as a separate entity. Then find this temperature difference. It is easy. 420 minus 30, that is 390. And then separately find out this, and then you can multiply three quantities together. This quantity is separate, this quantity is separate, this quantity is separate. Then take the product of three to all these three. Then you will find the final answer as 1.50 watt. Okay. So even though it increases, it will increase the calculation by one or two steps, but it is always good to do this. Okay, because if you are putting everything in one shot or in just one line, the you are going to make more mistakes. Okay, because the chances of getting the error in calculations are more, because you're putting everything, you're stuffing everything in one step. Uh, there are more chances of getting it error, because somewhere we miss out some bracket, and uh, we go somewhat carelessness, and because of just this simple error, you are going to get this wrong answer. Okay, so to avoid the silly mistakes, and avoid the or losing the marks, it is always better to calculate these in separate steps. Okay, so you get this as 1.5 watt. Then pin efficiency formula is tan hyperbolic ml upon ml. Then again tan hyperbolic function, as I said, use the hyperbolic function and put ml. You get efficiency as 0.985, that is 98.5%. Okay, so this was kind of very straightforward problem, because all the information was given and you had to only plug in the values. Okay, you had to directly just put in the values of values in the straightforward formula of rate of heat transfer and fin efficiency standard formula this. Okay, so there wasn't any difficulty as such in handling this type of a problem. Okay, now let us move to another problem. So this is the next problem. A pin fin of 2.5 centimeter diameter is provided on surface exposed to air at 27 degrees Celsius. After steady state, temperatures at 2 points, 7.6 centimeter apart, were found to be 126 degrees Celsius and 91 degrees Celsius respectively. Heat transfer coefficient over the surface of the fin is 22.7 watt per meter square Kelvin. What is thermal conductivity of fin material? What is thermal conductivity of fin material? Now, this is somewhat, I would say, difficult problem, or m- uh, medium to high level of difficulty in this problem. Okay, because pin fin is given, but what case is not given. Under what category it will come? Whether it is to be solved with insulated tip fin case, or it is the type of pin fin with infinitely long length, or it is the case of pin fin with convection happening at the end. Okay, so any of the type is not clearly specified, so it is left to students or left to us to assume some case and then proceed for the solution. Okay, so some freedom is given. So all solution is possible by all three cases. So first we have to properly assume the type of the fin, then start our solution. Okay. Now uh, we will we will try to understand the given situation. A pin fin is given. It is diameter 2.5 centimeter is given. So it is a cylindrical form of a pin fin. It is exposed to air at 27 degrees Celsius. So surrounding fluid temperature is given. It is air and 27 degrees Celsius. It will be uniform at all locations. And after steady state, once the steady state is achieved, the temperatures at the 2 points on the fin are given, which are the temperatures are like 126 degrees Celsius at one point and 91 degrees Celsius at one point along the length. And these two temperatures are 7.6 centimeter apart. So the distance between the 2 points, let us say this is point A and this is point B. The distance between the 2 points is given 7.6 centimeter, and their values are given, direct values are given. But nothing is said about the total length of the fin, or what is the tip, what is the temperature at the tip, or what is the temperature at the base. Uh, no other information is given. Only a general case is given, and it is said that there are 2 points on the fin and which are 7.6 centimeter apart. So their distance is known and their values are known. Okay, so it is quite tricky. So it becomes uh, very tricky that what type of assumption we should make here. Okay. Let us uh, let us let us assume that it is a case of pin fin with infinitely long fin, infinitely long length. Okay, just because the formula are quite simple. If you look at the formulas, uh, so for pin fin with infinite length case, we have very simple formula for rate of heat transfer under root HPKA equal into theta 0. So there is no any hyperbolic term here. And for temperature distribution, the form of equation is also very simple, e raised to minus mx. So for calculation purpose or even formulation purpose, it becomes very easy. So it is very simple and easy to use. Okay. So we'll go with this assumption, that is the uh, this case is of pin fin with infinite length. So in this way we can sketch the given situation. This is the base which is at T0 temperature. A fin is attached to this, and let us select any 2 points. Now let us say point A, which is x distance away from the base, and there is point B, and distance between A and B is given, that is 7.6 centimeter, and their temperatures are given. A is at 126 degrees Celsius and B is at 91 degrees Celsius, and TF, the surrounding fluid, is 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we are saying that point A is any point which is lying at x distance away from the base. Okay, so from this we can sketch or an estimated or predicted temperature profile or temperature distribution. T0 will be the maximum temperature, TF will be the minimum temperature, and in between these two temperatures are going to vary. So temperature profile will be shown by this curve, downward curve, and because we know that temperature is going to decrease along the length of the fin, and it will approach the surrounding fluid temperature uh, at the tip. Okay, at the as we go along the length of the fin to the infinity, the temperature at the tip will closely follow or will closely approach the surrounding fluid temperature. Okay, so let us say this is the temperature at point A, this is Ta, temperature at point B, Tb. So theta 0 is the temperature difference at the base, T0 minus Tf. In the same way, theta A is the temperature difference at point A. Sorry. So theta A is the temperature difference at point A. So this will be temperature Ta minus Tf, and theta B will be the temperature difference at point B, it will be TB minus TF. Okay. Then TA 126, TB 91, TF 27. Heat transfer coefficient given 22.7 for air. Let us say L is the distance between A and B. It is already given 7.6 centimeter. Then capital L be the total fin length from this end to the tip. Let us say total length is L. Okay. So we have assumed that is case of infinitely long fin. So temperature distribution is given by theta by theta 0 is equal to e raised to minus mx. It is equation number 1. Then for temperature at A, that is point A, we can write this equation. We can modify this equation and write for point A. So it will be theta A upon theta 0. Here we are putting T equal to TA. So TA minus TF upon T0 minus TF equal to e raised to minus mx. And distance is anyway x at which point A is assumed or point A is located. So A is at distance x and B will be at distance x plus this 7.6 centimeter from the base. Okay, so x plus 0.076. It is converted in meters, so it will be 0 x plus 0.076. So distance for point B will be x plus 0.076. Okay. The same fashion we applied for point B. So theta B upon theta 0 equal to TB minus TF upon T0 minus TF equal to e raised to minus, in place of x, now we are putting x plus 0.076. Okay, x plus 0.076. This is equation number 3. Now we can divide this equation 3 by equation 2, because what will happen after division, this theta 0 will get cancelled and we will get the ratio of theta b upon theta a on left hand side, and accordingly right hand side will get adjusted. Okay, so theta b upon theta a, theta 0 get cancelled, so theta b is tb minus tf upon theta a is ta minus tf equal to, on right hand side, this term e raised to minus m into bracket x plus 0.076, this term divided by this term, that is e raised to minus mx. Now we can take this e raised to minus mx in the numerator and we can adjust for the indexes. So when it comes in numerator, it will be e raised to plus mx. In the numerator, it will be e raised to plus mx. And when we expand this bracket, so it will be e raised to minus mx minus m into 0.076 into e raised to plus mx. So plus mx and minus mx will get cancelled in the index, and what remains is e raised to minus 0.076 into meter. Okay, this way also we can do, that is we have to expand this e raised to minus mx and split it like this, e raised to minus mx into e raised to 0 minus 0.076 upon e raised to minus mx. So this will get cancelled and we are left with, we can put the values of temperature on left side, that is TB 97, TF 27, 20, sorry, TB is 91, TF 27, T8 126, TF 27. So put everything, we get the ratio as 0.6465 is equal to e raised to this value minus 0.076 m. Now only in this equation only m is unknown and that is to be found out. Okay, now we can take, the log on both sides, as whenever we get in the form of e raised to something equation, we can take the natural log on both sides. So log to the base e of this and log to the base e of this term. Now this index will come as a coefficient, so this will be taken here 0.076 m into log of e will be 1 because the base is same and the quantity is also same, so log of e will be 1. Okay, so this turns to simple equation. So take the log of e to the log to the base e of 0.6465. Again, for doing this calculation, you have to press ln on your calculator. There is uh, there is a button called ln. Okay, ln means log to the base e. Okay, so that way you have to be careful. Again, I will try to show you. This is the calculator, and there is this button ln. Press this ln, put the bracket and put the values. You will get the answer. Okay. So evaluate this. You will get minus 0.4362 equal to, this is anyway unknown, 0, it will remain as it is. So from this, take the ratio, minus minus will turn to positive. So m equal to 5.74. M equal to 5.74. And we know m equal to under root hp upon k. M is nothing but under root hp upon k. So under root hp upon k equated to 5.74. Now we'll place all the values. Now P is the perimeter. This is the cylindrical fin, so it will be pi into diameter, and cross sectional area will be pi by 4 d square. Cross section of cylinder is circle, so its area is pi by 4 into d square. So let us put everything in this relation. H is 22.7. Let us place it here. K is to be found out. It is the unknown. It will stay as it is. Will stay in the root. And P is pi d, and area is pi by 4 d square. So pi and pi get cancelled. One of the d get cancelled. Then we will get it as under root 22.7. This 4 will go to numerator. So 22.7 into 4 divided by k into diameter. Diameter is given 0.025. So all things are known, only k is unknown. So take the square of both sides and you will find k equal to 110.23 watt per meter degree Celsius. Okay. So thermal conductivity for a given fin fin material is 110 watt per meter Kelvin. This is the required answer. Okay. Now the same problem can also be solved by assuming with fin with insulated tip. Okay, so here the assumption was infinitely long fin. The same problem can also be solved by assuming the fin with insulated tip. In that case, what will happen? Temperature distribution formula we have to change. That will be this. In place of e raised to minus mx, we will have to use this relation, theta by theta 0 equal to cos hyperbolic m into L minus x upon cos hyperbolic mn. Okay. So in the same way, this also be can also be solved, but only some of the calculation steps will be some complicated, and it will take little more time. Okay, so some steps will be more involved, and it will make the solution somewhat lengthier than this one. Okay, but eventually you will get the solution. Finally, you will be able to solve this and will get to the solution. So only the difference is you will get a different answer. You will get the different answer for thermal conductivity, but that will also be right, uh, because the solution of this problem depends on what assumption is made. Okay, if you are going with this assumption, infinitely long fin, you will get k equal to 110. If you solve with the assumption of i- fin with insulated tip, you will get different answer. Both ways or both solutions are correct, because assumptions are changed, assumptions are different, and nothing is specified about the type of the fin in the problem statement itself. Okay, so this way, today we saw two different problems. In the same way, we are going to solve some more problems with some other variety and some more difficulty level from the next lecture onward. From this At this point, we will stop our discussion. Uh, Again, I'm announcing this that today at 3 p.m., at 3 to 4 p.m. for 1 hour, you are going to have unit test 1 or the class test 1, which is also known as CA test 1, because the marks of this test will be considered for continuous assessment of 1. Okay, so I hope that is clear to everyone. uh, Anyway, notice was already circulated on WhatsApp group, and uh, also I had announced it yesterday or day before on Google Classroom was formed. Okay, so the test link will be made available to you on only on Google Classroom. That's why it was well instructed to all that every student should join Google Classroom, and who is uh, and the students who are not present on Google Classroom will not be considered for the assessment. Even if they somehow attempt the test, their marks, their presence will be checked on Google Classroom. If their name is not appearing on the list, they will not be considered. Okay, so instructions are quite clear, clearly announced to you. So there should not be any problem with this. Okay, again, once again, many of the students have not changed their names as per the given instruction. You have to use your new roll numbers starting from the series of 3. This is TYC. So all the roll numbers starting with 33, 33. So 4 digit uh, roll number, it will be 3301, 3302. So uh, so all should follow the same format for their usernames in the Google. Okay, then if you have any problem, if any student is having any problem regarding how to change the name, they can contact me. Okay, it is very easy. You can take the help from YouTube also, and you have to go to your account section in Google or Gmail account, and change your name to the given format. Okay, and in fact, many of almost I think half of the class have already done that. So you can take the help of your friends, your classmates. So that should not be a problem. All the study material is already given to you on Google Classroom. Sample MCQs were also provided, so refer them. And such similar questions will be expected in the test. So attempt the test in a good manner, and try to achieve out of out marks. Okay, that should not be problem. And the 20 marks will be converted to 5, and that will be considered for the continuous assessment. So then, and students who are remaining absent will not be considered, and even if there is no they will be considered only if there is any genuine reason. Okay, and even if there are some reasons behind the absence, their marks will definitely be reduced. They will not be out of 20. Some reduction will be there. Okay, then uh, I think almost all things are clearly said to you. If anyone is having any problem regarding the test, you can contact me on mobile number. WhatsApp number is there. You can message me or even directly call to me. Okay. So all the best. Prepare well and attempt it well. Okay, let me record your attendance for today, and then you can depart. Again, only one attempt is allowed. So make sure that before submitting the test, make sure that you have attempted all the questions in right way. Another chance will not be given. Okay, thank you, thank you. You can leave now. Thank you.